It's a pretty one. You know, I cannot resist a larger palette from YSL. I can't resist a smaller palette from Saint Laurent either. But today we're going to look at the YSL Couture Eye Palette in the color story called Nude Hours. We're going to do that today with me, Rebecca. I'm a fashion and beauty editor. I have done this on the other side of the camera, really another side of a keyboard, for about 25 years. I've done thousands upon thousands of beauty and fashion reviews professionally, and I hope to be your go-to source, or one of your go-to sources. There's a lot of good people here, but a go-to source for you for reliable reviews of makeup products. Okay, I'm not a makeup artist, never claimed to be, but I am a professional reviewer. I have interviewed all the biggest names in the industry, followed them around, shadowed them, been backstage at all the biggest fashion shows, and all of that good stuff. And that gave me the confidence to start Not Fit for Print Beauty, because it's digital now, giving you a little bit of a digital beauty magazine to look through every day or so here on YouTube. And today we're going to look at YSL. Now this Saint Laurent Couture Eye Palette in Nude Hours is not quite available in the US yet, but it is available in Europe. I got mine through Tavia, Chic Profile 4, if you're on Instagram. Give her a follow. Everyone knows who Tavia is. So I did get this from her. I also have some spring YSL quads, eye quads, coming up. I'll wait to show them to you till they're going to be released. But I have that. And then a programming note, you guys, I also have the new Dolce & Gabbana here to look at. I've got the brand new MPH foundation. I do have the new NARS foundation. I do have all the new Natasha Denona. So make sure you're subscribed. Please stick with me. We got lots of reviews coming up in the next few days. Okay? All right. So let's take a look at this little guy right here. If you're in the US, you can't quite get it yet. So we don't quite know the timing on it, but let's take a look at it, do some swatches, and then we'll try it on. I'm ready for it here. My face is all prepped and ready. This is an eyeshadow palette. You guys know me. Everything's a face palette. You know I'm going to use it on my face. First of all, we have this couture clutch type, you know, mimicking the handbags from YSL that none of us can afford, or some of us can afford, not me. Nice puffy and really pretty. Kind of has an iridescent look to it. Very nice. And the golden hardware. And then inside we have 9 eye shades. I'm going to use it as a face palette because you know me, I can't resist. We have 9 eyeshadow shades, mostly nude and neutral shades, some that are nice and sparkly. We've got a little liner black in there. And how am I going to do this as a face palette? Well, to me, these larger palettes, and I did this with their larger blush palette, if you recall that release just a few months back last season. I did that as a face palette too by using it on the eyes. I'm going to use some of this on the face here. I think we're going to try it as a bronzer. Why not? That's skin tone dependent though, I realize. We'll put it on the eyes and maybe some highlighter. You might be able to even do a blush with one of these. I don't know. We'll see exactly what we can get away with. But these are these creamy, dreamy formulas. First of all, let's take it outside in the warm California sunshine. Take a look at all 9 shades. And I'm going to walk this into bright sunlight, and then you'll see I'll turn, and after you take a look at all 9 shades in the bright sun, I'll turn and walk them into a little bit of a little more out of the sunshine or into the shade, just so you can get 2 vantage points. The feel is exactly the feel of the YSL quads that we are used to. Not so much the blushes, but the eyeshadow shades. The blushes have a slightly different, more powdery feel, but their eyeshadows have a very specific, very creamy, very soft and smooth feel, and definitely we see those here. The question out there, and depending upon when you're seeing this video, this question might have been answered a little further down the line. Sometimes you'll come back to my video in a year, wonder why I didn't have this information. Please know it's because I'm a little early. I don't have it yet. Are these repeat shades from some of our other more nude and, you know, taupe and brown coffee leaning YSL quads? Some of them look awfully similar. I don't have that answer for you just now. If I get that answer as the days and weeks go by, I'll go ahead and pin a comment with it. Right now, I don't actually know for certain. Some of them look, you know, people think of Stora dolls and your favorite YSL palettes. Are they exactly the same? Well, we don't quite know. But let's just go ahead and play with it because I know a lot of you have been interested in it and I wanted to show it to you. When will this come to the US? I'll keep you updated on that as well. Okay, so I'm going to first go in here to this shade. This is a Rephr number 18 brush. This is a slight shimmer shade. I'm going to go ahead and try that here as a highlight, because if I have a palette this big, I would like to use it on my whole face if I'm going to travel with it, etc. And I don't know if this would be great as a blush, but I will tell you this, it's going to work really nicely as a highlighter. And I am going to be gutsy, and I'm going to take this Rephr number 5, which is just the dense Rephr kind of blush brush. I'm not using one of my big Sonia G bronzer brushes because these pans aren't that big. But I suppose if I were to go into one of the more matte shades, like this here, or this here, let's take this one here on my middle finger, just kind of go in there. Let's see if I can bronze with it. This is taking a bit of a risk. It's not going to blend like a bronzer, and I don't want to make it look like I have a beard, but let's see what we get here. I think it's working, actually. The thing about putting on bronzer is, you know, I don't think you'd recognize that I did it if you saw me on the street, but now that you've seen me put it on, you're not going to be able to kind of unsee that brown streak at the top of my face. But I think it works, and I think I blended it in. Oops. There we go. Didn't work for a moment there, but there we go. What do you think? It's because I smoothed it out with my hands. I still had that other swatch on it. I think that's kind of pretty, actually. And I mean, it really depends what you do here. I suppose we could take a redder shade and use that as a blush. That, again, that's skin tone dependent. I think that would be, yeah, I think that would be a bit much as a blush. I don't know. I'm just kind of using my fingers to put it on there. What do you guys think? Does that kind of work as a blush? I think that's pushing it a little. Fair, fair. Rebecca, you're pushing it now. Fair, fair, fair. Okay, so let's take a Rephr number 16. We're using Rephr for this. And let's go into this kind of cool taupe shade here at the bottom and just kind of work it into the crease. It's a matte. I do have my mascara done. Gosh, I like this palette, you guys. This is pretty. Do you know I've been staying away from kind of neutrally brown palettes for so long? Kind of like we got all rosed out, you know, forever there. We had so many rose palettes. So when they offer rose palettes, I was staying away from them for a while. I've thought, I got so many brown palettes, I don't need that. And I realized now I've kind of missed them, those coffee shades. I've kind of missed them. I'm enjoying this return. I think it's they're quite flattering and easy to wear. And this really suits anybody from neutral to cool, like I just used a cool tone, to some of these warmer shades. Okay, I'm going to stay with the same brush and go into this deepest, darkest cocoa shade. And just kind of outline and define that part of the eye. I could use my finger. Yeah, we used this already on the face. Let's use my finger to go into this one. That's a pretty shade, isn't it? Just put that all over. Oh yeah, this is pretty, you guys. I like this. This is such a great basic palette. And I know we all have basic palettes already, but if you need just a little refresher on your basics, if you haven't bought a basic palette in a while, I think you're going to like this one a lot. How about this shade here? Also sparkly. And if I go in with this Rephr number 2 brush, I just want to kind of go into the middle. Oh yeah, that's really, I have definitely missed kind of these coffee-like shadows. I think they're generally flattering for most people to wear. Granted, the way I kind of played with this as a bronzer is skin tone dependent, but there's lots of skin tones covered there. Maybe not yours though. Fair enough. How about this black shade? I don't usually like liners. Let's just see how it works. Let's just see if I line it. That's pretty. Definitely works as a liner. You could also use this just as a really smoky shade. But I like that. But you could also, I mean, let's just try it. Okay, let's just go into, I've already, at this point, I'm just over egging the pudding, as they say. But let me just put it on there. I don't think I needed that, but I'm just playing around with it. It's pretty, just like I played around with trying to use one of these shades as a blush. Kind of silly. I know, I pushed it a little bit. Let me tell you, super creamy, super wearable, super usable, skin tone dependent, but can hit many different skin tones for a bronzer. You might be able to do a blush, but that's pushing it. Certainly you could do a highlighter. Flattering, whether you can wear cool tones, neutral tones, or warm tones. That all the shades have that really creamy YSL eyeshadow feel. If you haven't felt it before, think Sydney Grace meets, I'm trying to hit something that you might know if you haven't used YSL. What would you guys say to describe it? Yeah, kind of like a lighter version of Sydney Gray, if Sydney Gray and Viseart had a baby somewhere in the middle. But they're very creamy without being as thick as Sydney Grace, in case you've tried those independent shadows from that brand. It's a beautiful, beautiful, compact, nice size, and really pretty. You're paying for the packaging, so you might as well like it. And we do have beautiful packaging that matches it. I think it's a lovely palette. If you either love neutrals or, like me, haven't bought a neutral in a while and would like to refresh it, I think you would do very well with enjoying this. Once I get updates on US pricing, once I get more updates on whether or not the shades are repeats. Remember, depending upon when you're seeing this, that knowledge, it might be common knowledge by now, but I'm a little early with this to the US. So I will update in a pinned comment when I hear more, and I will certainly update also via community and down below in the description bar here, plus YouTube shopping, once it becomes more readily available in the US. Supposedly we are going to get it. But I think it's absolutely beautiful. In fact, I'll go out on a limb and say, I mean, Store Dolls is great too, but I'll say, I'm going to go out on a limb and say this is my favorite. And if you were to put this with the blush palette, if you had both, you're set. You are set for any look you need day to night. I love it. Please keep in mind, I love YSL eyeshadows. They're my favorite right now out there in the luxury category, so perhaps in a way I am biased. I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. If you're in Europe, did you go ahead and grab this because it's for sale there? If you're in the US, are you waiting with bated breath for it to arrive? Let me know. Please keep in mind all the other good reviews I've got coming up, and let me know any other stuff you need to see. I am absolutely just inundated with new products here. So we got a lot of, we are very busy right now. Make sure you're subscribed. Also, check me out over on Instagram and TikTok, because I've always got reviews and shorts and things and reels ready to go over there as well. You know, we have a membership here on YouTube. We meet once a week. We have weekly lives. I would certainly love to see you there. So just let me know your thoughts. I always interact with you guys in the comments, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next video. Bye-bye.